Hey everybody, it's Durr time. Thank you once again for joining me for another episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, Billy Corgan's NWA. Apologize for a bit of a delay. Apparently, it's very hard to record when you're snowed in on a nor'easter. Because we kind of lost power here for a couple days. It really sucked. Definitely put a hamper in it. Sorry for the delay. We're back on track though, and we're going to go move this forward. Now, last time we were here, just had another show. We're still kind of hemorrhaging money. So we were looking for ways to make a little bit more money to continue growing the brand. Because if we look here, our money, we're still losing a lot. I think we started with 500,000. So at this point, we've actually lost almost $100,000 within the last 2 months, which is not great. That can be a major problem. Some of the ideas that we've been given from some of the comments are kind of interesting. One of the things we're probably going to do going forward, and I already set this up, we're just going to have, I think, a weekly show here. I think at this point, we might as well just go for broke, and what we'll do is we'll try to get as much marketing, as much production, as much money as possible, grow that pay-per-view. Now, I set it up, I believe, if we take a look here in our shows for our schedule, actually broadcasting, I think is what I wanted to hear. So here's how we have it set up. 4 events. We still have a pay-per-view with the CW through the CBS Corporation. So what that's going to do is that's going to give us a little bit of money, not a huge amount because we know we're not pulling in major pay-per-views, but we are getting a little bit of money. Now, what we also did is we got a subscription show on Hulu. That's right. You can now find the NWA on the Hulu channel. Unfortunately, you have to bear through one of the most god-awful opening sequences ever for any type of streaming service, that boing sound, and have to navigate absolutely horrendous-looking interface. But you will find the NWA on Hulu now. So we only set it up for 3 months, and I did that just because if it starts really hemorrhaging money really bad for us, we can kind of reassess. I figure we're going to lose some money early on, but I think the gain in popularity is going to increase our pay-per-view buys on the CW, and I think we'll end up being okay. Now, don't ask me how ABC took us for a subscription show, but CBS is running our pay-per-views. Listen, I don't make those deals. That's on them, okay? Either way, we have that. Oh, I also have to. Looks like I have to probably change our broadcast, our broadcast for the show because we have it set for local, hired pro, semi-pro versus everything else here. So we might have to look at that real quick. Let's go ahead and jump down there to production. And let's take a look at what we got. No, that looks all fine. Or is that just the requirements? Oh, that's just the lower requirements. Unfortunately, we have to have these because our rivals in the same area all have this. Right now, we're kind of considered a rival to Ring of Honor and NXT, which seems incredibly unfair. That they have all those production values, and we have to stick with them. We could take the hit because you see a lot of other people have worse ones, but we want to look as good as possible. If we need to, we might downgrade once on some of these just to take a little bit of a hit. That's another option to save some money. Not sure quite yet though if we want to do that. So what do we got going on here for us? Morale issues. Everyone's angry. What are you upset with? Why are you irritated? Sign push. You're fine. Stop it. These guys sometimes, I tell you. Is this just from earlier? Oh, right. We already fixed them. That's the other problem. Sometimes they jump up in popularity just by having one show where they lose, but become so popular that they start getting irritated that they're like an opener or something like that. So we have a show. We did it. We brought back Starrcade. So we have a weekly show that is going to air on, I believe, I want to say it was, what time did we decide that we were going to do this? I don't even remember anymore. Schedule, what was it? Every Friday. So the problem, I believe at this point, is that everyone is unavailable at certain days. This was the only day that almost everybody was free except for Marty because he had to go work at Dragon Gate. So, that's going to be a problem. The other problem is as we start to do events, which we're probably going to do one a month, everywhere else has a lot of people already there. And that's going to become a major problem for the events because it's going to be difficult to plan what we do. It looks like maybe Tuesdays might be the best for us, which basically kills all the New Japan people. That's problematic because we have big plans for Will Ospreay. Marty Scurll's currently our junior heavyweight champion. Juice Robinson is currently our tag team, one half of our tag team champions. But everywhere else is pretty much, oh, you know what? Sammy. Man, you guys really not giving me much options here. Maybe we'll do them Sundays. Sundays seems like only the CZW people are out of it. And we don't really have that many plans on using DJ Hyde in main events anyways. Sammy's problematic, but maybe we can find a way to work around with that. So, that is what we're looking at. We're going to change our reoccurring events. We're actually going to remove both of these right now. And I think what we'll do is we'll work towards a monthly show. And then the other thing that was interesting that someone had mentioned that sounded like really could have a potential to do something well here is setting up like an alliance. Obviously, the NWA was an alliance until our fictional Billy Corgan kind of took it over. And I mean, I think in real life, too, he actually removed all of his leases and stuff like that. So I think there was only one show that was available. So we could create an alliance. We could join an alliance. Creating an alliance, I think, costs money. So if we make a consortium, we can kind of spread the money around versus having like a protective or a trading or public. Let's see what alliances are out there right now. This is just I think, trading alliance. Let's see. Let's see. Let's say we create a consortium. Okay, this is going to be weird. We're going to make the National Wrestling Alliance. Isn't that a shocker? I know, it's a real... And we're making a consortium. So again, what that means is that consortium alliance means that monthly profits from all the members are combined together into one pot and divided equally amongst all members. This spread to wealth and allows the profitable companies to help absorb the losses of others. We can also set up a trading alliance, means we have access to alliance loan, which I think we could combine that. We could do... Let's see. So we're just going to look at, obviously, American. We'll probably kill these. I don't think we really are focused on that at all. Local, small. We're probably not going to do international or global. So we're going to look at smaller ones. We're probably going to pull out of heavily hardcore and heavily cult and risque because that could affect us. All right, that looks good. Let's see. Are you sure to create this new alliance? Yeah. All right. So let's invite some people. Well, Why don't we invite Ring of Honor? They've rejected us. Oh. Invite Stardom. They're in Japan. I don't think they would even qualify. All right, we need to find U.S. Okay. Who do we got here? Hood Slam. You want to join us? Yes, join us. Good. House of Hardcore. What are you thinking? Yes, join us. Good. IWA. No. Yeah, they're hardcore, aren't they? Lucha Underground? I don't think they would join us anyway, so yeah, they wouldn't. Major League Wrestling. It's a Southeast one. Nope. PWG? Huh. Okay. Chikara? Huh. CZW? I think they're hardcore, though. Yeah. Oh, they don't care anyway. Well, fine. I don't want you. I don't want you, CZW. Whatever. Evolve? No. AIW? Okay. I don't see how this could negatively affect us at all. I'm sure this is going to go very well and have no negative repercussions to us. AWE, you want to join? Nah, I'm not surprised. All right, so we got some. We have some people. We will share our wealth. Really would have liked like Ring of Honor to join us. You don't want to? No, never. Fine. So, ideally, if we're losing money, but these companies are gaining money, we will get some of their profits, and vice versa. So we will all help each other out. A nice little, little socialist wrestling commune that we've now produced. The problem could be if all of these companies are absolutely hemorrhaging money like I am, we are only going to lose money faster. But we also can do alliance loans now. So, for example, if I wanted to say, hey, Chikara, I want, Fire Ant, I guess, or Taz? What? Okay. Yeah, if I want Taz, I can loan them. I can get a loan out from them. And I could borrow them from one show. They could prove the deal. So it kind of, I think that kind of overrides a lot of the eligibility requirements too. So, if let's say Super Dragon here was working Thursday and I needed him on a Thursday, I think the loan will override his eligibility, because basically PWG is saying, like, listen, you work for us these days, but NWA said they need you. They paid us for it, so go do that. And you pay like an extra admin fee that goes to that company. We can also set up titles now for our alliance. I'm not going to do that, though it would be kind of fun in the future maybe to do an NWA Classic belt that's being shared between all of these companies. That could definitely be pretty interesting. So, we got Starrcade in 6 days. We do have to set up another event. I was really hoping for Ring of Honor to join us. But I think we're going to do something interesting here. So, let's go ahead. We'll add a 2-hour event on, let's say, the last week of... So, let's say week 3. Everybody's working that day. Everyone's working that day. Anybody not working? Okay, on Sunday. So we're going to do Sundays. A 2-hour event. Sunday. Week 3, March. Some of these names are amazing. Some of these are really dumb. Okay. So, we are going to do... let's see, what do we want to call our next event? We had 10 Pounds of Glory already. All right, so we'll call it Global Revolution. And then what I also want to do is for the next month after, I think this would be really fun. So same day, 1 month from that day, a 2-hour show. NWA versus PWG. And we'll set that up right in Midwest. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. That is our area, right? That would help to know, for sure. Midwest, yep. Midwest. We also have some Southwest there. Alrighty. That's looking good. I'm not hating that. Also, I think what we're going to do here, can I do it from here? User preferences. I just downloaded a nice feature. I think I can get it from here. Let me cut this out. Okay. I'm also going to turn off grades rather than numbers, because I actually just downloaded something that sounds interesting. If someone has a better one of this, please let me know. No, it didn't work. Did I not save it? No, I didn't save it. That's why. Burp, burp, burp. Yep. There we go. Yeah, if someone has a better one of these, let me know. But yeah, that's cool. Best of both worlds. I love grades, but it's nice to have the numbers too. So now we actually can get a little bit better visibility, I believe, because if I track the progress, I could see, oh man, we've lost a lot of ground in importance there. But you see 35, 34, 30. So we're actually losing popularity, which is not good. I think that was because we screwed up that pay-per-view. But a lot of that's going to change now. Oh, you know what? Global Revolution. Let's do that in April. All right. So we're going to set this a little bit further away because yeah, that's fine. We're going to move this a little bit further away here because we have story plans and I cannot do a show tomorrow with the story plans that we have. It's just not going to work. So we want Sunday, April, May. I think that both looks correct. Midwest, All right. So yeah, so we have Starrcade in 6 days. We have the PWG versus NWA Battle of the Gods Super Show 2 months away. And that's going to do is that's going to kind of bring our consortium in a little bit. It's going to allow us to use some of those people. We're going to get a bunch of people for Alliance loans for one show, have a big old Super Show. Now, we have a lot of people from PWG already, but I mean, they have some other people that, kind of are interesting that we might be able to use. Like who do we have that we don't have? Yeah, Brian Cage. We have Chuck Taylor, EC3. Joey Ryan. Bring Matt and Nick Jackson in. Is going to give us a huge boost. Pentagon Jr. Super Dragon. So a lot of people that we already have, but not everybody. So that's going to be interesting. We'll do Alliance loans. We'll bring a little Super Show in. Still really, the goal might be is if we boost our consortium in popularity, we might be able to convince like Ring of Honor to join us, which I doubt because they already have an alliance with New Japan. But we need to kind of get our money in order and get our popularity going back on track. So let's go ahead. Let's skip ahead here. We'll go to our next show. We'll see what happens in between meantime. Now, I think how we're going to run the shows is it's going to probably not be as story focused for the actual shows. We're probably going to have little bits of story in between. think of it like a regular TV show. We can't really go as heavily focused as we were doing, just because we would end up going through a lot of the storylines. So what we're going to do is try to kind of, sprinkle the story over the course of 4 weeks instead of that one show that we were doing, which will make booking a little bit more complicated, I think, for us. But, it'll probably end up being a little bit easier to do anyways, since it's going to be probably more focused on the performance, which hopefully that should help the performers kind of work better. Our backstage rating is just really plummeting to the ground here. Holy crap, what happened? Josephus is a negative influence now. Raven is a negative influence. Reeves is a negative influence. Archer's isolated. Well, we knew that. How did all this happen? What happened here? When did all this junk happen? All right. Let's get some locker rooms. All right. So what we can do here, we can clear the air. I don't know if there's that many people that are... There's a lot of people that are upset. Let's do it. So what this is going to do, I'm just going to let them all complain. But they'll be a little bit happier after they get their complaints out because they feel like they've been heard. So I want them to know that they've been heard. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it lowered, but they're a little bit happier, which is good, and hopefully that'll help us out in the long run. Okay, we are running on Hulu. We are in what location? We're going to have 1,700 fans, which is good. Stevens Auditorium. Okay. And let's go ahead and let's book this show. We'll be right back. All right, guys, and we are back. So, again, it's going to only be an hour show now that we have Starrcade going here. And that's made it actually a little bit more difficult than I had expected to book this, because I'm used to a lot more story segments, and I just didn't have the time to work it in. But as we know, we have 4 weeks of shows now, even at an hour, to kind of build a storyline. So I think I'll still be able to do it. I feel like this show became a little bit more match heavy than I'm normally used to, and we'll see how it goes, because maybe that's going to be better for us. But we'll also see how well we develop the storylines. It's very much like NWA's NXT, I felt like, with the way the stories and the matches had gone. Let's go into it here. Let's just go into it and see where we're at. All right. So we start off with a very weird segment with Josephus. And it's a video package at the start of the show at his spiritual compound. And he's sitting cross-legged in the middle of the compound with Sammy Callahan behind him. He's still dead in the eyes and just seems off and weird. He starts sermonizing like a priest or a prophet. He starts talking about the quest for gold and the weakness of the men that seek it. He calls the quest for gold, glory, and power an ill-gotten one, and one that defines the weakness of man. And he specifically says it is for weak men, and he's going to prove it in the future, that those that hunt it down, that do not have a purpose, that do not have a true calling, that do not know the truth, will be proven in their weakness. Very vague, not really directed to anybody at all, and very odd. And it fades out from there. D-, okay. He's getting better as gimmick, which is good. And of course, it actually, obviously advanced our storyline, but also gained a little heat for it too. So people are starting to kind of jump behind this, which is good. Now, we go to a match here. Apparently it was terrible. The Crew defeated Russell and Sigmund in 6 minutes by stoppage when Elliot Russell could not continue. Little Cholo is the weak link, struggling to keep up everyone else's in-ring performance. Apparently the gangster gimmick was rated as awful, Ricky Reyes had a badass gimmick that was rated awful. Wow. I didn't realize Little Cholo was so bad. Holy crap. He only had 14 for his in-ring performance rating. Really makes me upset because I just had them completely dominate and demolish in the match. Either way, though, the tag team division erupt storyline has advanced, but actually lost heat from it, which is not good. Well, that is a bad match. That is not what we wanted to see. We go ahead and angle here. And what happens after the match is the crew beat down their opponents again after the stoppage. Basically pulls Elliot Russell aside after the refs were kind of bringing him out and to start beating him down, continuing to hurt him. And they start making a belt motion to the cameras and just starts calling out the tag team champions. E-, not good. Here we go. This is a little bit better. And then we cut to a promo sequence in backstage where Enzo and Colt Cabana just kind of bump into each other and just start just railing on each other, just talking trash. Colt Cabana has a main event tonight, and he's going for it. He's going to go for the belt. Enzo's just saying that he's worthless, he's nothing, he should be in the main event. Colt Cabana says, well, main event's basically for real wrestlers, and you're just some wannabe rapper who got here because of a Twitter following. They're going back and forth. C-, not bad. Color commentary couldn't keep up, though, just because these two are so good at their dialogue that the color commentary had nothing good to say. It's something we have to look at going forward, too. Angle got the crowd hotter, which is good, and, of course, it advanced the Battle of the Blabbermouths. Then we have a match. There's a D-. It's extremely short. It's Tenille versus Santana Garrett, just as an exhibition match. Santana Garrett gets the win very quickly with a roll-up pinfall with a distracted Tenille. Got the crowd hotter. They both are equal in performance. And, of course, we are advancing the new segment of the storyline of Tenille, who is, of course, our champion. Following the match, there was a rated 44 rating segment here. That was Tenille and Santana Garrett again. She's staring in disbelief at the cheap win, and as Santana Garrett is celebrating in the ring of just kind of having one exhibition match, Tenille frowns, kind of gets a real nasty face on her, and she just goes at her from behind and just starts attacking her and beating her down. Refs have to come in and pull them aside, and she just kind of walks away. Obviously very frustrated, a lot of frustration in her face that she had. She's the champion in one of her first matches. As being the champion, she got rolled up on. Now we have a C+ exhibition match. It had good heat and decent wrestling. We just had a nice match between Chuck Taylor and Will Ospreay. Nice high spots match. Chuck Taylor actually defeated Will Ospreay in 7 minutes by countout. And the reason why was because Sami Callihan had come out to attack Chuck Taylor, possibly at the behest of Joe Cephas. But instead, there was a weird turnaround, and Sami Callihan accidentally hit Ospreay instead, who ended up becoming knocked out outside of the ring and counted out. Chuck Taylor, they had great chemistry. Doesn't surprise me at all. Chuck Taylor had 48. Will Ospreay, of course, had the 70. Either way, made a fantastic match. I'm sure everyone there was super excited to see that match. Finally, our main event for the Starrcade show is a C-. Had good heat, decent wrestling. Nick Aldis defeated Colt Cabana in 16 minutes and 58 by a pinfall. During the match, we also had Enzo Amore come out and distract Colt Cabana. So basically, their words and exchanges kind of made Enzo come out there to just start talking trash to Colt Cabana, distracted him, which helped Nick Aldis a little bit in being able to retain the title and through this distraction. He makes defense number 6 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. They're both retiring at the end. It was a very long match for him. Aldis is getting better as gimmick. That's great. Match got the crowd buzzing. I'm not surprised. And they both are about evenly matched. And of course, the Blabbermouth's storyline had advanced. Actually lost a little heat, though. I guess people were maybe a little bit tired of Enzo and Cabana both out there, which is a little bit of a shame. And that's the end of the show. So they expected more angles and interviews. That makes sense. We'll have to try to adjust that and maybe do more than just the maybe shorter matches with more angles in between. We'll kind of have to figure out what the right balance is for the TV show for Starrcade. But overall, 43 for the first episode of Starrcade is pretty good. We're on Hulu, so we gained popularity in 16 regions. We're going to have to take a look and see how that does for our popularity, because we were dipping there. I'm hoping that this gives us a push. We also have to look at how much money we lost, and that's what I'm really concerned about. Not bad, actually. Let's see what we have here. Chuck Taylor and Sami Callihan have been having problems recently. That's interesting. And Hulu is unhappy we did not meet their minimum requirements. Yeah. Sorry. Well, we'll do better next time, okay? But, money-wise, what did we get from there? No pay-per-view sales, obviously, for the income. 47 from ticket sales. And then 20,000 from TV revenue, which is not bad with an extra 36 sponsors. That's not looking bad. If we get 20 grand every show, we're spending about 40 from workers at that rate, which is even with our ticket sales. And then that almost pays for the show costs. The production is still the problem, though, but I think it's monthly. So it doesn't really affect us that much a month. Let me see. How much are we actually? 5,000. So we're spending about 10,000 a show. So on production plus the monthly. So as long as I think merchandise almost, and we're about breaking even. That's not bad. We can deal with breaking even. We can't deal with losing money. So this might actually work for us. Let's go ahead and look at our regional ratings here. I don't think it's going to show much yet. Yeah, not really. But I feel like this is a good start. So I think if we keep on doing the shows and then we lead to a pay-per-view, we're going to start growing a lot faster, and it seems financially feasible. My only concern now is the alliances that we have, because we are going to be splitting revenue with them. We will see, though, but I think the revenue with PWG is going to be good for us, because I believe they are bigger than us. No, actually, they're smaller, so maybe this might have been a bad idea. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, so that was it for our first Starrcade, everybody. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon.